Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I got a deck the other day. It's the Tarot of the 78 Doors in the mail, and pretty much before I bought this deck, I kept getting some kind of spirit, I don't know, hounding me, almost like hounding me to buy this specific deck so that I could do a reading for that specific person. It's very weird. It does happen once in a while. So, we're going to do a mediumship reading tonight. It is Saturday, March 15th, 2025. And we're using this deck, but I also have two more. I have the Relative Tarot. I have not used it in quite a while. By Carrie Paris. And her Beloved Dead Oracle. Also. So, we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to kind of do the spread I always do, just because I have no idea who this is, and I feel like they've been hounding me for at least 3 days. I do a spread every first break at work every day. I did not do it Friday because I knew this person was already hounding me. I was just like, I don't know who you are, and just leave me alone so I can get my job done. But I always felt like in the back of my mind there was somebody that's sitting there just waiting for me to have a quiet moment. I've actually had moments of where I felt sick to my stomach. I've also had moments of like hearing like a ringing in my ears, which rarely happens. And those things don't happen to me unless I'm actually opened up and like, okay, let's do this. So, I mean, those things haven't happened to me in a while since I started doing, controlled readings at a certain time of day and things like that. So, I find that interesting that this person they're ignoring my boundaries. And I'm like, okay, so I'm making space for them now. So if they want to come in and talk to me through the cards, now is their chance. And I'm just saying that out loud because then they can know, I'm here. I'm available. Not in the middle of work. And I've also felt anxious too. Like it was like they had a hand pushing me, making me feel that way. Or they had a hand pushing me, making me feel nauseous. Or they were pushing me with a hand, almost like somebody standing behind me with a hand doing this, pushing their energy upon me. And I was like, I don't like that. Step back. And they did respect that. But then when I wasn't right away saying, okay, how can I help you? They would push again. And I'm like, stop it. So it's been that back and forth for the last like 3 days. So we're going to just do a spread tonight and see who it is, what's going on. If you guys resonate with anything that I say, let me know in the comments. If you don't, I just do these spreads because it's my way of not having spirits pile up around me and then sucking my energy out. Because, it happens. So, I'm going to do a quick meditation. I've not done that yet, so pause with me. Okay, we're back. Felt like a second, right? I did do a small, quick meditation asking the spirit who's been hounding me, only the spirit that's been hounding me, not my grandfather or any relative of mine, to come through the cards, because we all know the last few times I've done a mediumship spread, my grandfather's popped in, and I'm like, stop it. This is not your time. So whoever's been up my butt the last 3 days, who are you? And that's the first thing I ask in the cards. And I have a feeling the reason I was so drawn to this deck in the first place was because of this person. So that makes sense to me that I would use this card as the opening of who are you? Who is the person hounding me? people trying to come through, and there's many people in this, or 2 people. The 9 of Chalice is the wish card. I feel like they're being a smart ass. I'm like, who are you? And they're like, your wish is my command. Interesting. Very dude. In the card, I feel like it's a dude, but the person I felt pushing me the last few days felt more feminine. We'll see. So the next thing I do, of course, I'm going to use my, relative tarot. I'm going to shuffle that and ask the question, what is your personality? What is your personality? What is your personality? So 1. Oh, wow. 3 of Wands. Yeah. 3 of Wands. What else we got here? The Wheel of Fortune. Anytime I pull out the Wheel of Fortune in a card, to me it's like they knew it was their time to go. This is where they had checked out prior to coming into this life. They knew it's a cycle of life. This was time. Interesting. Anytime. So if I say who are you or what's your personality and that pops out, doesn't necessarily mean that that's their personality. That just means that they're letting me know it was my time. How they died, we'll get into in a minute. So the 3 of Wands is a very action-oriented person, I think. I immediately saw in this card, and this is one of the reasons I love this deck for mediumship readings, but I've not used it in it forever, which is weird. I almost feel like I forget I had it. It almost feels like military here. Again, quite interesting. If we remember, we had the other day, or the last time I did a spread, it was a male, like he was waiting for his sister or something. That feels like the same kind of energy, but the person that's been pushing me the last few days has been very, very wandsy energy too, with they're just pushing. So, okay, so then the Oracle deck, I'm going to ask, what did you learn in life? 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 This one is, again, we got privilege. Interesting. So they had money, or they come from money. They come from wealth. Interesting. I'm hearing boarding school. And then with the same oracle, I will ask, what did you learn in death? What did you learn in death? This one almost flew out. Wholesome. And then this tried to fall out too. Perfection. So what I'm hearing is they were a spoiled brat in life, and they realized there's more to it than that once they passed. It's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm still not getting, I mean, there's 2 females here, and all this screams male energy. But I'm not sure. It's almost like they're hiding their, what do you call it? What they are. Male, female, whatever. So then I'll go back to the original deck, the 78 Doors deck, and I'm going to ask, what message are you, why are you hounding me? First of all, why are you hounding me? This deck came out, this card came out, the Knight of Wands. The card of them, they're literally carrying everything, their door, the heavy door on their back, and I just feel like that's interesting. It reminds me of the Ten of Wands, but the Ten of Wands in this deck is just as bad. It's almost like he's carrying his whole life on his back. Interesting. And see, I am feeling a young male. Young. Not teens, but like maybe early 20s. Um, Backpacking through Europe kind of situation. That's interesting. Because then we have boarding school here, right? Like he went to boarding school. After he got out of high school or boarding school, he took a year off, like a gap year, and went backpacking through Europe. Interesting. Okay. That doesn't answer why you're hounding me. Why are you hounding me? Queen of Chalices. Ooh. It's almost like him trying to talk to me. Trying to speak to me. Asking for help. That just gave me chills. Okay, we're going to use this. I don't usually ask that many questions of this deck that I've gone back to, but I'm intrigued. What other room? 7 of Swords. And oh, look, there's like a... Oh, yeah, I totally get a Europe vibe from this. Like art. They took a year off because maybe they met somebody in school, or they met somebody, or that year was for something specific. It wasn't just to go backpacking through Europe to find themselves. It was something more. It was to pursue a career in art, or because of a woman or something interesting. And that could be what that is, that he found this beautiful goddess. Not my words, by the way. That's just what popped into my mind. Goddess. And the way I said it was the way I heard it. Goddess. So he found love. Interesting. Okay, so normally the question I would ask for this deck would be, what message do you have? What message do you have? And again, I feel like it's an urgent... He's here for urgent reason. Urgent reason. I dropped like too many cards. So what message do you have? Four of Wands. I think he died while this backpacking Europe thing happened, and he's now saying that his family has moved on. Maybe there was another child after he died, or something like that, and he's seeing this happy family. This could very well be the woman too. She's moved on. That makes more sense, that she's moved on and found a life. She now has kids and all that, because I feel like, I almost want to say the reason he picked this deck is because, and I'm saying he again because I am almost 100% sure this is a male now, because this deck came out in 2005. That's been a few years, and if he died in 2005, that's been 18 years, 20 years, 20 years. If he was a young teenager then, or a young man then in the 20s, she would be in her 40s now. So she would have moved on, got married, had kids. So that's the message he's wanting to say that he sees that she's moved on and he's okay with it. Interesting. But I don't know why it still feels rushed, like it's time sensitive. Interesting. So then I would go back to the second tarot, and I would say, how did you die? How did you die? How did you die? How did you die? Oh, we got Temperance. And there's water. Oh my God, I just heard. Man, look at all the water. Oh my God. Oh, just full chills. And I should have said it before I drew the card, because I heard rushing rapids. It's what I heard. Like somebody whispered, rushing rapids. I could see somebody on a canoe, not a canoe, but a one of those float trip kind of things, but he died in another country on some kind of boat, and it toppled over, and the rapids, it went over the rapids, and he went over the rapids, which explains why I was feeling nauseous, because anytime there's water involved, I should have known, I get nauseous. Anytime there's drugs or water involved, I get nauseous or sick, and that could have been the ringing in my ears too, or that could have been just him screaming at me, because sometimes if a spirit screams at me, I'm hearing it as a ringing in my ear, and it's a loud pinging sound. So interesting. That's interesting. That's a temperance. There was no balance because he went over. Okay. And I usually draw 2 cards. So how did you die? Any further information on how you died? There's actually a couple cards that are trying to pop out. The freaking Tower card and the Death card. Oh my gosh. So yeah, he knows he's passed. It's been a long time. It's been enough years. And look, there's water in the streets here. That looks like water here too. And those are not typically cards that would have water in them. So that just, full body chills. Full body chills. So we're going to look at 4 more cards out of the Oracle deck. Whatever he wants to tell me. If he wants to tell me any more information about how he died, his name. A lot of times when I rapid fire things, they'll start coming to me. Yeah. I'm seeing this as a total, and it's interesting because I said running rapids, like he went over falls, or rapids or something, and then they're falling out of the building. So, yeah, and it looks like snow here. But I'm pretty sure this was summertime. I'm pretty sure this girl knows, whoever she is, knows that they were together when he went over. Either he went over trying to save her, or she somehow got out of the boat before he went over. Or he saved her before going over. And she's kind of lived with that all these years. So maybe that's what his message is, let it go, because everything turned out for you in the end. I only wanted you to be happy. And then we got innocent here, like she's innocent. It was just a freak accident that happened. Wow. Y'all, full body chills here. We got another one that's Bohemian. Oh my god, I can't read. And survive. Are you freaking kidding me? And it's a guy and a girl. Wow. I feel like she's one of those people that she moved on, but she moved on in such a way that whatever happened affected her. Like, now she may actually have went into the military. Maybe that's what that military is, because it almost looks like it's a girl here. And then Bohemian is like she's tried to contact him through spirits, and it hasn't worked out, or through a medium, and it hasn't worked out. That's what I get there. But I get that whatever path she was on, it completely changed her life, and she went in a completely different direction. Maybe she went into the military. I see her as almost like a doctor of some sort, helping with people that have been in accidents or things like that, something like that, like a physical therapist kind of deal, is how I see her now. And it completely changed. She may have even started a foundation for him, or in his name or something. That's interesting. That's just all like, wow. It's like once I start getting on the track, all this flood of information starts coming in, and it's hard to stop. And then we got the last one is promise. So there was a promise made. And I feel like she's held up. She made the promise to him after he died. And she has fulfilled that promise. But there's parts of her that she's still hanging on to that sadness. And he's like, Let it go, girl. I'm good. Like, it's been long enough. It's time to release that pain. And wow, interesting. I still don't know his name. I don't know. I wish I would know the names. Quite often I don't get a name. It's very rare that I do. But I just saw this whole picture play out. Like, not even them meeting, like after they met. Like this. And I can tell you they're both like brunettes. Average height, average size. He's more of a dirty blonde, but his hair can get brown in the winter. And I think it was just at the point where his hair was starting to actually turn more blonde, but it had darker streaks in it when he passed. So it's almost like he's got a two-tone hair color. And then I heard she had the most beautiful sandy brown eyes. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. Sandy brown eyes. I don't know if the sandy brown, maybe they're very light brown eyes. Maybe her eyes are very distinguishable, and that's why he's saying that. So if she's listening or sees this or hears this, she'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Of course, with all the other things, how many people in your life have passed due to a freak accident? You know, you're going to know it's you. Anyway, it just, my whole heart is warm right now because of this. It's just I very seldom come across one that's just like, I just need her to be okay. I just need her to release it, and it's all good. I'm good. Everything's good. Everything's great. It was supposed to be that way. I wasn't supposed to survive past that age. Yeah, because we got the Wheel of Fortune here, which means he knew. He had signed this contract before he came into this life. He knew he wasn't going to live long. He wasn't going to be in it long. Wow. I think that was his main purpose, was schooling. And then right when he started his adventures. And I don't think anybody really knew that they were even together. That's interesting. But that's what I got for you guys. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, questions, anything that you know about anybody else that this happened to or whatever, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night. Bye.